Welcome to another program of Talking Points. And Talking Points is all about politics in St. Lucia. We look at the latest issues and we bring you a balance because we have representatives of the St. Lucia Labour Party, one, and we also have a representative of the United Workers' Party. For the United Workers' Party, we have Mr. Emmanuel Cleary. For the St. Lucia Labour Party, we have Mr. Alex George Jr., and for one, Mr. Peter Alexander. Our topic today is really DSH. We had started the program last week, and when we left in a bit of a hurry because we didn't have enough time to discuss the phase 2 of the DSH program, which is basically the linking of Maria Islets to the mainland in Vieux-Fort. Now, it's generated quite a lot of discussion, and we anticipate that our program today is going to be just as heated in terms of the areas that we are going to be discussing. Included in our program today is a discussion of the dolphinarium, I think that's what it's called, a dolphinarium at the Pigeon Island Landmark Park, I'm sorry. So I'll go to our panelists and ask for a continuation. Gentlemen, do you remember where you left off last week? Well, we were looking basically at the linking of Maria Islets with the Vieux-Fort mainland. Mr. Cleary from the United Workers' Party indicated that he is for the preservation, but preservation at what, for what? You know, should we just have it there for no reason? Mr. Alex George, I'm wondering whether you remembered that you see the preservation is what makes it what it is.
Yes, it's the isolation of the island, the fact that it is already isolated from the mainland and it was never inhabited, unlike Pigeon Island, Jerry, which was has been inhabited since the time of the Kalinago people who settled there, and the British and the brigands who fought there. Maria Island is different. It's a little further away from the mainland than Pigeon Island, and it was never inhabited. And so essentially it became a small enclave for these species which don't even exist on the mainland of St. Lucia. I mean, one of them that you probably have seen is the St. Lucia whiptail, which is a lizard which actually has the colors of the national flag. I'm not sure if that's where St. Thomas got his inspiration. But so we have some real treasures, real gems in Maria Island. Very small islands. Maria Major is only 25 acres. And really, there is no purpose. There is no reason why you may want to create a causeway to join them. Because the fact that you're creating that causeway is literally going to allow for invasive species to come in. And I don't think they would last a month.
But at the same time, as Mr. Cleary has said, a few lizards, a few endemic species, what's the big deal? I mean, after Jerry, sooner or later, they will disappear.
Let me tell you a secret. There's a parcel of land in the south of the country right now, 110 acres for sale. And you can get that for 10 million EC dollars. Right? That works out to be less than $2 a square foot, about $2 a square foot, for argument's sake. Why would you want to go and spend millions of dollars to create land that is probably going to cost somewhere in the region of $60, $70 per square foot, just to create the land on that Atlantic coast, which is being bombarded by the Atlantic Ocean, the waves all the time? It's a huge engineering undertaking that you'd have to do there. So to go and create land, for what purpose? When you have other waterfront lands, beautiful lands, flat lands, that have great development potential in the south right now.
Well, Mr. Cleary, why interfere with that?
We have, when it comes to the issue of lands, it's not something that's unique to St. Lucia. We have China with billions of acres of land. They're creating islands in the Pacific. So that I don't see as an issue. We have 238 square miles. If we can add another 100 acres to our, then that allows for greater expansion of the development of our country. So in that regard, I don't see an issue with reclaiming lands, because all it does is add to the general area of the country and probably expose us to greater development.
But you understand what the other side is saying concerning the loss of species that are uniquely St. Lucia. And that also gives St. Lucia a uniqueness about it. It's like having a Derek Walcott, more or less.
Yes,
you know?
I am very concerned about that. And as I said, I have the preservation of our wildlife, of our environment, I think is there to me as any other St. Lucia. But I am also saying that I heard statements made that if the islands are linked to St. Lucia, to the mainland, our tourism industry will disappear because people are no longer going to come to St. Lucia. Because the question I want to ask, how many of our visitors to St. Lucia come to St. Lucia because of Maria Islands? How many of them know about Maria Islands? How many of them know about the existence of these species on Maria Islands? I am saying this is an opportunity for us to maximize. That's why I'm saying if you preserve for what? You preserve, but you should be able to use what you preserve.
Yeah, but
you should be able to use what you preserve. And I am saying in this development, and I would be one leading the match if we say the development, yes, but in order to ensure that the survival of the species that's there, this is what we want to put in place. Because the studies can be done to ensure how we can advance, how we can increase the population of whatever species that are there. Can we find alternative areas where we can spread? Because as I said, a fire could destroy if a fire destroys Maria Islands now, everything there is done. We don't have a follow-up to it.
Okay, Mr. Alexander, the question was asked, because tourists don't normally visit that part of St. Lucia as part of their, contribution to St. Lucia as a tourist destination, then,
Yeah, but is everything for sale in St. Lucia right now? Is that what I'm hearing? Whatever that makes us St. Lucian, do we just give it up for the almighty dollar? There must be something we must leave for our children and our grandchildren.
And nobody's disputing that.
But I'm saying to you, but if you build a causeway, Mr. Clary, right, there is almost a 90% plus chance that some other species will migrate or find its way to the island and cause, harm to the endemic species. So why would you want to do that? I'm saying to you, if you want to enhance what is there in terms of, organize, if you want, the boat trips as we do, maybe we can get a different kind of craft to use to take the people there and back and keep it that way. But
we have to take a break, so I'll have to cut you short, Mr. Alexander. And when we come back, we want to introduce to you the dolphin park that is proposed for Pitton Island. We will try to link the two and ask, is there any way that we can come to some sort of happy medium for both locations? We'll be back in just a moment. This is Talking Point. I'm Jerry George.